All my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price, want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life, look, all my life, been grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price, want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life, look.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Ball Dnt Lie podcast. This is your boy Dexter, your host, the one and only. The one and only. Welcome back to another show. Hey, man, NBA just jumped off. A lot of good teams are, like, literally struggling right now. Like, teams that you would never think of, never fathom in the wildest dreams, right? That the Warriors will be 3-4. The Nets will be 1-5. The Lakers just barely got a win. And they just beat the Nuggets. Like, there's certain teams that you're surprised about, and there's certain teams you're like, okay, it's early in the year. Let them marinate for a little bit. Let them figure out their rhythm, how they're going to gel together. Then towards the middle of the season, we will know who's who, right? Well, okay, fine. Let's go and talk about that. Because right now, the Lakers just got to win. Devin Ham right here. If you look at this video right here, you can see dude is over here crying. Has a shedding tear in his eyes because he just got his first W. He feels for Russ. Yada, yada, yada. So we'll talk about that in a second. I hope y'all enjoying your holiday weekend. Be safe out there. I guess you're already safe, but Halloween just ended, so now we're in Thanksgiving mode, right? We're in the whole Christmas mode, right? Whatever it may be, whatever your faith may be, this month is going to be crazy because I'm waiting for the Christmas games to pop off next month. Thanksgiving is around the corner, so a lot of good games up to the end of the month, so we'll see how that transpires. But if you're new to the channel, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the shows for those who have been watching. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Every time we do drop a video, you do get alerts to your phone. Thumbs up if you can. Help us out. Kick this content to the top, man. Anything y'all do with us as far as the videos, liking them, watching them, commenting, it helps us out a lot for sure. And we're on every streaming platform out there. Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever you want to call it. We're there. Google Podcasts, whatever. We're Spotify, like I said, we're all on that stuff. All the good stuff. And you already know, man. Holla at your boy on Twitter, man. You hit me on Twitter at Ball Dnt Lie. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're all over the place. TikTok, social media, all the social platforms. We are there. So let's just go ahead and, man, you know what? No, actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and talk about the Lakers. Some of you guys out there who are Laker fans and some of you out there who are not Laker fans, I'm pretty sure both of y'all will agree with me on this one. We all know one thing, that LeBron James cannot carry this team. LeBron James is not the same LeBron. And I've been saying this. This is not new. If y'all watched my last episode, you would understand where I'm coming from. The Lakers, the way they're constructed, based on NBA economics 101, the top three players in the Lakers roster are top hitters, right? These are top money getters, right? You're paying Russ a lot of money, $40 million this year, buddy. You're paying LeBron too. You're paying 82. The rest are all going to be taking minimum vet deals, rookie deals, free agent. Like that's why they signed certain players who were Uber drivers, who were Uber Eats drivers a couple years ago. Now they're playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. In one of the biggest stages in the world in sports. So, and I'm not here to kind of talk about the whole entire roster construction. We all know that Rob Pelinka is getting a lot of flack, and he should. But he worked his tail off to get this roster where it's at right now. And if you look at the slate of games that the Lakers have to play, the first 10 games, right? What would the record be? I said the Lakers might scratch one or two as far as W's and get wins, because and let's look at who they played so far and who they're going to continue to play, right? So I'm looking at the roster right here, or the games they're playing. They played Golden State Warriors opening night. Well, the Warriors are not going to lose on the home court to a team that is somewhat dysfunctional, how they put the pieces together. I don't believe in Pat Bev leading the charge. It should be Russ. But then, hey, there's still issues with the whole Russ experiment in L.A., right? You're not going to beat the team like the Golden State Warriors. That ain't happening. Okay, who do they lose to after that? They lost to the Clippers. We all know Kawhi's coming back. Paul George is here. Reggie Jackson is here. They just got John Wall. Robert Covington is back, healthy. You got Powell. You have a lot of pieces. Zubac. A lot of good pieces. You're not going to beat a fully stacked team. I project the Clippers to be a top 3 team in the West when it's all said and done, as long as Kawhi is healthy. We all know Kawhi already missed 3 games with the knee soreness, game management, whatever you want to call it, right? Then they play the Trailblazers. That's the game they're supposed to win. They're supposed to beat them. And somehow, some way, you let Dame go off on you. Then they play against the Nuggets. And without Anthony Davis, I think Anthony Davis did play, or he got hurt, whatever it was. They were playing in Denver. Denver was on the roll. They beat them. They go to Minnesota. They play against the Timberwolves with no Anthony Davis. What'd you expect from that? And we all know what happened. The Ant-Man went off. Third quarter alone, dropped 16 points. Hitting you with step back, side steps, 3-pointers. Yeah. I don't know how you can cool a guy down like that. But then you had Cat doing his thing. Rudy Gobert had a double-double. 20 points, 20-plus rebounds. Yeah. If you have no bigs to answer for that guy, it's going to be a tough night for you. Right? Then they come play who? They play against the Nuggets again. But this time, what changed? The Russ experiment. And let me kind of just let's stay on this topic for a second, because this is where the whole Russ coming off the bench, I didn't understand how that would work, but it makes sense. They give the ball to Russ when he played in Minnesota coming off the bench. It worked out great, but there's no AD. So I sat back for a second. I'm like, nah, I gotta see, because obviously they need points from Russ to score, because AD is out. We need his 20 points. It has to come from somewhere. It ain't coming from Lonnie Walker. It ain't coming from Austin Reeves. It ain't gonna come from Gabriel. It ain't gonna come from the Uber driver, Uber Eat kid Ryan. You know what I mean? Like I can go on. Pat Bev. Those 20+ points, they ain't coming from those guys, bro. I'm talking about not combined 20 points from those guys. One guy. And obviously we all know, Lonnie Walker can score in bunches. Right? Like, he's very good streaker, very athletic, can shoot threes here and there, can dribble off the, he can do his own thing. He's not that great, but he can do his own thing. He's better than a lot of people they have on that team, right? So, Russ did his thing in Minnesota. To me, he played up to par. He played fabulous. I think the way they used him in sets, when LeBron sat down, I think it worked out great, because the role players fed off of his energy. So now you fast forward to where they played against the Nuggets in L.A. Russ coming off the bench was fantastic. Dude had like 14 or 15 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, I think, at halftime. And the way he played with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, I felt like when LeBron AD sat and Russ is in the game, and he had this momentum of this, doing this crossover on Jamal Murray, and it goes with a layup, and it does this shoulder shimmy, right? That's when the crowd got involved. And that's how electric Russ is. I don't think long-term it can work. But right now, in that game, they fed off their energy off of each other. On top of that, when LeBron came back in the game with Anthony Davis, they fed off of his energy. The thing about it is that, as much as I like Anthony Davis, that guy cannot lead the cavalry. As much as I like LeBron James is in 20th year in the league. The guy has unprecedented milestone as far as mileage, wear and tear on his body. So we cannot expect LeBron, who's damn near 40, to be the guy to carry you for 82 games. It has to be someone who's younger. Anthony Davis, that's you. But every time you go for a layup, a tip back, I'm going to show this clip right here. Bro, LeBron shoots a 3, and you hit a tip back twice, and somebody barely touches your back, and you're aching for pain.
The guy's a gingerbread man. The guy's made out of glass. I said it before. I don't trust dude when it comes to long term.
He has to play 70+ games this year. I made that well aware that he has to play 70+ games if the Lakers want to be the Lakers, the Lake Show, the aura that comes with the gold, the purple and gold, all that good stuff. Anthony Davis got to be that guy. But I'm telling you, it's a facade. It's a fantasy. It's not happening. Because the guy in 6 games is already broken down. Come on, man. Like, you're not fooling us. And in these games I'm talking about, these games, besides the Golden State Warriors and besides the Nuggets and the Clippers too, you play against Minnesota. No Anthony Davis. I get it. I'll give you that. Portland you're supposed to beat. Like, if you went from roster to roster, right? And I get it. Anthony Simon is a bad boy in Portland, in Rip City. But when you go roster for roster, I'm looking at, okay, they don't got no LeBron James. Okay, they don't have no Anthony Davis. Okay. If you look at Dame and Russ, I'm picking Dame for sure. But outside of all that, it's like, damn, Dame can carry that team. But you looking at Anthony Davis and LeBron, like, oh, hell no. Those guys are supposed to run through the tape. There's competition, and there's ones that you're supposed to beat. These guys are playing competition against everybody. You're supposed to beat the Portland Blazers. The coming games, Utah Jazz, you're supposed to beat. Or you have to beat. Cleveland's tough. Pelicans is tough. Your next game is the Pelicans. And as long as Zion is not, if Zion is playing or not, that team plays with energy. So in the next 5-6 games, it's going to be tough for the boys out there in LA. And I expect Anthony Davis, you got to play 70 games, bro. If not, this season is done. I'm telling you right now, 6 games in, it's done, bro. There's no coming back from this. I'm sorry. Let me be the one to tell you, the Lakers might not be in the playing tournament. They might not be. Because I'm telling you right now, the Blazers are back. Mavericks are good. The Pelicans are good. Minnesota's good. Memphis is good. And I haven't talked about the top getters yet. The teams I don't expect to even make the playoffs at all, Sacramento. And I'm talking the play-in tournament. Sacramento. Who else? Utah Jazz. San Antonio Spurs. Rockets. Everybody else can get in. Everybody else can get in. So where's the Lakers falling tonight? That's the tough part. But anyways, they played great tonight against the Nuggets, though. And I'll tell you that because I'm looking at the team stats, and so far it's been good. The Lakers shot 47% from the field, and they kept the Nuggets to 42%. And Jokic, who hasn't really, obviously AD is guarding him a lot in this game, and Gabriel, which I give that team half to Gabriel, he played great today as far as defensively. Jokic only had 23 points. Jamal Murray only had 21 points. The team shot 42%. The Lakers shot 47 or 48%. As far as from the three-point land, the Nuggets shot 37% compared to 43. The Lakers are not good at shooting. They shot 13 for 30. Nuggets shot 15 for 40. If you look at the Lakers and as far as like who was scoring for them, who kept them above float, Russ off the bench give you 18 and 8 and 8. 18 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. Anthony Davis gave him 23 points, 15 boards, and he was banged up. Lonnie Walker gave you 18 points, which they need on a given night. 26 points came from the King James himself, LeBron James. 26 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. You understand? If you combine 3 guys, Anthony Davis, LeBron, and AD, if they combine for 30 points each and they give you a grand total of 90 points, they don't win. You know why? Because you cannot guarantee Lonnie Walker can give me 18 every single game. You need a collective group. And that's why I think that they should trade for those guys. As far as, those guys in Indiana, Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. That's my opinion. And the reason why they don't want to do it is because they're saying that it might not move the needle up as far as if they're the 10th seed, it might move them to the 8th seed. Is it really worth, salvaging your future? Well, let me tell you something. LeBron James is not here for a rebuild. So, yeah, you salvage what you have down the road because he's not going to be here for that experiment. And if you're trying to keep Anthony Davis, who is still young and broken down somewhat, if you're still trying to keep him as a piece to whatever puzzle you may have down the road, you need to put a team around them right now. And that's what I've been harping about this whole entire time. The Lakers are here to win championships. They're not here to be a playing tournament. LeBron came to LA to win. AD got traded to LA to win. They didn't come out here to be 1-5, 0-5. Previous to that. And to me, and I don't get what Rob Ling is doing, but I'll give you some credit with the construction of the roster you have, what you had, or what you have. Obviously, the salary cap it's a tough one to work out. Period. If you're trying to work out the cap, you need cap experts. I'm going to make it simple for you. Russ, LeBron, AD is 90% of the cap. 90%. So you don't have 10% to do that wiggle for the rest of the roster to 14 players. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. And at the same time, I don't take all of this in one sitting and say, okay, look, they're 1-5. They're still missing big pieces. Dennis Schroeder can give you 15, 16 points off the bench. No problem. In the last stint he had in LA, he was giving you 18 points off the bench. And he started a lot of games too. And then if you look at, who's the other guy? Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant's a well-rounded center, can shoot threes, can bang in the paint, not really good on defense, but offensively he's very good. He can give you 12, 15, 14 points around there. So if you look at it, you're missing about 35, 40 points. That's what you're really missing. I'll say 30 to 35 points is what you're missing from your roster. So, yeah, they're not fully healthy yet. Once they do, we'll see. But the Lakers right now, as it is, going forward, is in, bro, white flag. Throw it in, man. Hey, like, it's a problem. It's a problem. And if you get too far back, that means that every game you're going to have to work harder to get to and win. It's not easy getting W's in the NBA. It's not. It is not. You guys, any NBA player in the league right now, it's easy to get a W. If you got a super team, yeah, probably. But if you don't, it's not easy to get W. So I just want to let people know out there, be patient with what you see, but also be concerned what you see. It's early in the year. They still got a lot of games going forward. But can the Lakers sustain this? They're bleeding out right now. Can they sustain that? Can they sustain them bleeding out? Because this is getting to a point where decisions are going to be made. They're going to have to figure out the shit out. Sorry for saying the S word, but you're going to have to figure some stuff out. Is Russ going to be a part of the piece going forward? Or is he going to be trade bait? And I'm going to tell you right now, teams don't typically trade in the beginning of the year. Like when the season starts, everything right now is kind of like low temperature vibes. As it gets closer to like January, it starts heating up a little bit. They start communicating more. And it gets to February, everybody in the league is calling somebody to get somebody. Hey, it's like the last person that's running to, how should I say this? Let's say it's Black Friday. Right now, no one's planning to go camp outside on Black Friday. Everything now we do online, I get that. But all traditional ways. We wait, and then Black Friday comes around. Yeah, I'm going to go and wait in line. I'm going to grab whatever I see there. That's how it is in the NBA. When the trade deadline happens, no one is anticipating to make trades or to negotiate or just to make house calls. No one does that. It all happens when it gets to that time frame. Everybody's doing the same thing. Hey, well, what can I get for this guy? What can I get for this guy? Hey, okay, I'll give you this guy. Let me get that guy. Or you want to trade a pick here? Let me trade a pick there. Or cash swaps. Pick swaps. That's what happens. So until then, we're going to have to figure out what's going to happen with Russ. If Russ stays here past the deadline, this team is not going nowhere this year. Bank on that. There's no way. The way they're constructed, I cannot rely on LeBron James in the playoff every game to be the head honcho. He gives you 28, and it's meaningless. LeBron's 28 points in the past used to be impactful, but his age is up there now. Questions are going to be, is Anthony Davis going to take the helm? 'Cause if he doesn't, take it by the horn. Take it by the horn. That's kind of extreme. But yeah, you get my point. Anyways, man. Hey, man, that's it for the show for now. Hey, next time we here, tap in, subscribe, hit me on the comments. Like I said, man, y'all be safe out there. Halloween kind of ended. We're in the winter season now, or fall in the fall. It's the best time of the year, right? So see how it goes. Y'all be safe out there, man. For real, man. Peace. I'll see y'all next time.